Hello, everyone. Hello. I'm Sheldon Barlett Rumor, and this is it. Welcome back to This Is It TV. This Is It Network is your global digital TV network, connecting remarkable women to inspiring stories. We do it each and every day through our growing community, our engaging content, and our real connections, streaming all of this wonderfulness to the palm of your hand. And I'm so excited that this week has ended the way that it has ended, because we've done so many amazing and fun things in this very short period of time. We've gotten so organized. I feel like I'm ramping back up to the space that I was in. And I think that it was, I think everything truly happens for a reason. I think that everything truly moves the way that it should. And I'm super, super excited that it is moving in the direction that it currently is. And I'm excited about it. So I hope that you guys are gaining all of that perspective and doing all that fun stuff this week. I hope this week has really worked out for all of you in the same way. I've gotten a lot of clarity on a couple of different things, made a lot of really great relationships, and done a lot of really great work. And in doing so, in understanding that a little bit more, in understanding that a lot better, I think that what is really interesting about what it is that has really come to be for me is the idea of always being a student, the idea of always learning and always honing in onto your skills. And I think so many people are not doing that. I think so many people are kind of set in what it is that they know. They're set in what it is that they already are bringing to the table, to the point where they're not necessarily looking at themselves as continued students. And I think that happens often when we're dealing with experts, right? Those of us that are seasoned, those of us that have been doing what we've been doing for quite some time. It's easy for us to truly be in a space where we think we got this. We think we are in a good space. We know it all. At least we know as much as we think we're going to know about what it is that we're doing. And I challenge all of you to become students again. I challenge all of you to learn more. I challenge all of you to discover more. I challenge all of you to understand more about the industries in which you currently are in. I challenge all of you to dive into a book, dive into a podcast, dive into a documentary, dive into some sense of content that will get you closer to looking at things in a more depth way. Time moves quickly. I was speaking to somebody not so long ago about just the speed in which technology has taken us. Technology has changed the way in which we currently look at things, the way we currently engage with things, the way we currently participate in what it is that we are doing. I remember, I'm proudly 43, and I remember being in a space where, from the time in which I could use a phone to the graduation of college, again, I know I'm aging myself, that the phone was connected to the wall. The phone was connected to the wall, right? It wasn't, every 6 months there was a different cell phone opportunity, and every 6 months there was a different version. We're now on the iPhone 12, et cetera, where I remember being on a flip phone. I know I'm aging myself, but I'm saying that to say life moves very, very quickly, right? And I want you to be able to keep up with the speed in which life is moving. And the only way to do that is to be a forever student. The only way to do that is to constantly be learning and honing in on your skills, being really up to date on what's going on in the technology space. Good morning, Lisa. What's going on in the communication space? What's going on in, the periodical space? What experts in your space are saying? What other people in your world are saying? If you are the top of the pyramid of things, if you are only educating down and you're not in rooms with people who are smarter than you, if you're not leaning into the knowledge of others, you will find that you get stuck. And you find that you won't be able to service your clients or service your customers to the best of your ability, because you are only giving them your knowledge and the ceiling in which it hits. I need you all to be forever students. I need you to think about yourself, your journey, your road on the way to what it is that you're doing in an academic sense. That every time that you join a group or organization, every time you participate in a conversation or a meetup, that you're going there to learn something new. You're going there to find your way, in essence, because you want more information and you're sucking it up like a sponge. So many of us feel as if we've landed, right? I have the information. A lot of you have continued education and continued degrees. And with that, you're like, I get this. Like, I got this. I'm an expert in this space. But the individuals who are continued students, the individuals who are constantly in a space of educating themselves and therefore being better able to educate others, those are the individuals that are going to take their business from where it is to where they want for it to go. Are you a student of what it is that you are doing? Or are you just simply a practitioner, or do you deem yourself an expert? And I think you should always be a student of industry. I'm obsessed with personal branding, social media strategy, all of the things. And I find myself lost in these skill sets. I find myself lost in the middle of the night, being able to, okay, what's going on? Who said what? What's the new app? What's the new scenario? I'm lost in it. Because I want to know, I want to be current. I want to not only make sure that I'm where I need to be, but those that I guide and advise, those individuals that look to me to be an expert in the space, I must in fact be an expert. Years ago, I was speaking at a conference and somebody had asked me, what do you suggest for those that are experts in their field? What kind of advice would you provide them as it relates to navigating publicity and marketing? And one of the core things that I said was to, in fact, be an expert. I know that there are a number of you that believe you have a sense of expertise, but the expert is a student. The expert is somebody who is constantly learning, constantly putting one foot in front of the other, diving into conversations that may make them uncomfortable, sitting at tables with people who know more than they do, sitting in groups or applying for opportunities that put them in the realm in which they are not the most skilled in that category. That affords you to continue to grow. That affords you to continue to know more than the others. And so in doing so, a lot of us are like, then I won't be an expert. Then I won't be in that space. Then I won't be seen as strong as I possibly could be. No, my darling. Because we are outnumbered by people who haven't even gone as far as you. We're outnumbered by people who don't even want to take that course or show up for that opportunity. And what you can do is you can utilize your voice to bring that back to those who would never dare have that conversation. Those that would never be brave enough to sit in that room. If you find the bravery to do so, if you sit in a space where you can learn, good morning, Candy. If you sit in a space where you can learn, if you sit in a space where you can be better, if you are clear that you are a forever student. Arrogance is typically one of the things that knocks us out. Arrogance is one of the things that puts us on our feet. Hello, Charmaine. Arrogance is one of the things in which gets in our own way. But if we position ourselves as a forever student, if we position ourselves in a space where we know that we can do better, we know we can do more, we know we can get ourselves into a position in which we are learning as much as we are teaching. It's important. It's important in the digital space. It's important in our day-to-day. I know what I know, but I also know what I do not know. And there needs to be a place where I quench that thirst. There needs to be a place where I can be a student and I can learn. I was a conference and trade show junkie. I loved a logo tablecloth and a logoed pen and give me a recycled bag. I was constantly attending trade shows and conferences. I loved them. And now in this digital space, you can find me on a Zoom at any given time, diving into a webinar, diving into a conference or opportunity, listening in on keynote speeches because I am still a student. Oftentimes those that teach me or I teach them. It becomes this mutually beneficial scenario in which I get as much as I give. And I'm able to provide a sense of perspective and they're able to provide me with knowledge. And for that, we are both better because we've decided to be students in all of this. What we have chosen to do is the path less traveled, right? It is a journey that is hard, that has so many ups and downs. And you will be better equipped for the journey if you know about the trail. You will be better equipped for the journey if you're constantly learning about where it is you are going, right? It's like preparing to speak the language before you get to the country so you can better navigate it once you get there. So you can have a conversation, so you can have lunch, so you can grab a cup of coffee, so you can know where to go to the bathroom. All of that is necessary because you are a student, because you are prepared, because you respect the space in which you are going. Right? You want the best out of the opportunity, out of the trip. You want to take advantage of everything that the trip has to offer. And you know you can better do that if you study before you get there. You know you can better use your time if you map it out before you arrive. I'm just asking you to continue to be a student. I'm asking you to look at the industry in which you've selected, what it is you've chosen to put yourself in, to get yourself involved in, and say, you know what? I want to learn more. I don't always want to be the smartest person in the room. I don't want to always be the person dictating and sharing and presenting. I want to sit back with my pen and my pad. I want to be able to dive in to learn. I want to be vulnerable in my ignorance. I want to raise my hand with a question, and I want to leave that opportunity smarter. I want to leave that engagement knowing more than what I did when I walked into it. You got to give yourself the opportunity to do that. You got to give yourself the opportunity to become a student again, not because you are not worthy, but because you want to be excellent, because you want to keep learning, because you want to keep providing, you want to keep giving, because there's always more to learn, because the gaining expertise has no finish line, has no conclusion. There's always something for you to learn. Things are changing so quickly, whether we're producing content from the palm of our hand or the way in which we distribute content to people with no boundaries. There is no geographic limitations to our voice. So we must understand the tools in which we need to use in order to be better at what it is that we're planning on doing. So I challenge you to become a student today. I challenge you to think about it. I challenge you to be able to determine what makes the most sense for all of you. I'm Sheldon Barlett Rumor, and this is it. Don't forget to follow, fan, and like us everywhere you find at This Is It TV, and call us at This Is It TV. Call us and log on to thisisItTV.com for more information. We love the fact that you join us each and every day for our morning message. I share this morning message Monday through Friday at 11 o'clock Eastern in hopes of having you all share your voice, and having you all learn how to tell your story, and having you all no longer whisper your wishes, but to, in fact, scream your dream. We have an amazing event coming up on May 10th. It is the ability to build a community. If you'd like to join us in doing so, please let us know. There's a link within the post. Please log on and let us know how we can help. Again, from all of us here at This Is It TV, I'm Sheldon Barlett Rumor, and we will see you on Monday. Take care.